Jane's Family Story, English Voiceover Script. Hi everyone, I'm Jane. I'm 46 from China. Right now, the three of us live together in Birmingham, England. It's been 2 years since we moved here. A lot of people ask why we decided to, moving our whole family to the UK. Honestly, the answer is simple. We wanted to give our daughter a different kind of childhood. It's not that life back home wasn't good at David, and I felt that, while she was still young, it would be worth it for her to see a different part of the world, a different kind of education, a different pace of life. So we packed up our lives, left everything familiar behind, and moved to Birmingham. Our daughter, Shany, is 11. She's a smart girl, and she absolutely loves sports, football especially. She's a huge fan of Ronaldo, and says she wants to be a football star when she grows up. Then a minute later, she'll say being an police officer sounds pretty cool too. An 11-year-old with half a dozen different futures in her head. Honestly, I find it kind of adorable. One thing I'm most grateful for is seeing Shany truly happy here. The homework load is much lighter than in China, so she suddenly has all this free time, not for drilling and worksheets, but for daydreaming thinking, exploring what she actually loves. I can see it in her. She just seems more at ease. But with that extra free time came a new concerns. She started spending a lot more time on screens. And, honestly, that worried me. So as a family, we made an agreement on weekdays. No screens except for schoolwork. And on weekends, she gets 1 hour of gaming a day. That way she still gets to relax, without spending the whole day glued to a screen. My own life has changed a lot too. Back in China, I was the kind of person who packed every minute of the day. Since coming here, I've slowly learned how to live a more whole kind of life. I took classes at the local college, mainly to learn English, back to being a student as an adult. Starting from the basics of a new language was really uncomfortable at first, but little by little, I've come to actually enjoy the process. Outside of class, I've made room for the things I love. Cycling around Birmingham's quiet roads, with the wind on my face, yoga to stretch breathing, and find some balance, painting whenever I have a free moment, and recently piano, just to see if, at this age, I could still learn something completely new. I'm still pretty rough around the edges, but every time I get through a short passage without stumbling, it feels like a real accomplishment. And there's so many small things I love more than almost anything on Anna's day. Just lying down on the grass in a park, doing absolutely nothing, letting the breeze drift across my face. Just a few minutes like that, with my mind completely empty, and I feel completely restored. My husband David is 51, back in China. He worked in after sales service for engine systems, a busy job, but a steady, dependable one. He's always loved reading history, and that passion never changed. After we moved to England, he picked up a new interest. He started reading the Bible. Whatever David reads, he can't help but think deeply about it. And over time, he's developed his own distinctive interpretations, often sharing perspectives with me that I never would have thought of on my own. Now he's 7, started making YouTube videos, turning his reflections into content he shares. Watching him, Amin, who spent his career in engine after sales service, now sitting in front of a camera, thoughtfully talking about faith and history. I think that might be the most unexpected and most interesting changes to come out of this whole move. My parents and my sister are still back in China. We video call regularly every week, catching up on each other's lives, chatting about small everyday things, just making sure we're both doing okay. Every time we hang up, I feel a little more settled, even living abroad. That connection has never faded. There are probably a lot of mothers out there like me, a woman whose whole family changed the way they live for their children, but I didn't want my life to revolve entirely around my daughter. I wanted to use this chapter to find my own rhythm again and rediscover the things I love. So I decided to start documenting all of this daily life in Birmingham, our family's journey in England, and this 46-year-old woman, clumsily but wholeheartedly learning English and piano all over again. If you're also raising kids in Indian country, or if you're at a stage in life where you're giving yourself a new kind of possibility, I'd love for you to follow along. Let's take it slow and keep growing together.